Of course, it is Friday, and to help you celebrate the end of your week, we're going to play our favorite game, Fact or Fiction.
Keep it real.
I've never really thought about it like that.
I thought these were practice questions here.
Coach Cal.
That was hilarious.
New animation, you guys like that?
I like it a lot.
We're going to talk just some general college basketball stuff. We will start with UK. Rick Pitino is going into the College Basketball Hall of Fame, former Kentucky coach. Should Kentucky fans be excited, Mark? Or fact or fiction, Kentucky fans should be excited that he's going in the Hall of Fame?
Fiction. I think right now he should be they should not be excited. That's like 10, 15 years down the road that they get really excited about it. He's still at Louisville. He can't be excited about that.
Leslie, fact or fiction, excited?
Gosh, Mark, you persuaded my answer. I'm going to go with fiction. I think it's a respect thing, but no fan should be excited about
There's
it.
a lot of hate in here today. I'm going to say fact. And I will say that I'm root against Rick Pitino more than anybody. But he's going in because he won at Kentucky. That's really, I mean, if you break it down, he's not going in because he's been to the Final Four twice at Louisville in the last 2 years. He won a national championship at Kentucky. What he did, taking them out of probation and everything, that is the meat of his career. Now, it's just kind of the extra side items, like the Louisville things, like some broccoli, a little cheese sauce on it or something. Mashed potatoes, some garlic chunks in it.
Threw the meat in the garbage when he went to Louisville.
He didn't appreciate the fine cut of meat that he had, so maybe
He's a vegetarian.
we'll
now.
just instead of hating him, look down on him a little bit. Just poor
I'm
taste.
not saying they're not going to be excited, just not now.
Yeah, fair enough. So fact or fiction, with all the roster changes, Jarrod Polson and John Hood deserve to be on the roster. We'll start with Leslie.
Oh, man. Oh, I saw that face.
You look nervous.
I think it's really tough. I think Polson has proved that he has that tenacity. I'm not sure so much about John Hood, so I can go 50-50. Fact for Polson, fiction.
Faction? You're going
yeah,
faction?
I'm going faction, fiction for Hood.
I say fiction for both. And because first of all, Polson came to Kentucky thinking he was going to walk on. The scholarship has been great the last couple years.
Right.
For Hood, he did come in as a scholarship player. However, with his knee injury and everything, he could take a step back. He's from the state. Does he want to be a part of a national championship team, or does he want to take a scholarship from some guy that could really, really, really help the team? I'm not saying John Hood can't get minutes next year. What I'm saying is with all the injuries and everything, he's, as far as Polson goes, Polson is the only one that I think came in as a walk-on. I could say fiction for him, no problem. Hood is tough because he did come in as a scholarship guy.
Right.
But does he want to be a part of the national? He could always transfer if he wanted to. Yeah. I think he wants to be a part of the team because he's from Kentucky, so he could walk on. So I say fiction. It's not that they haven't earned it. Right. It's just a new culture. They had a bad year last year. They got guys coming in. It's a tough position for me. I get really, I get overwhelmed because I wish everyone could have scholarships.
Scholarships
Give everyone scholarships.
I'll agree with you. I do think that they've earned it in terms of what Jarrod Polson did this year, and in the minutes he contributed. I think he's earned it, but at the same time, it is what it is. Going into it, the rules behind it. You're going to get somebody. You have to play to earn your spot. Maybe you haven't earned it. I hope there's a situation where those guys can both be a part of next year's team and an opportunity to, if they can win a national championship, be a part of it. But I say fiction, a heartbroken fiction. I don't think they deserve anything. They've worked hard, and I think they've gotten a lot of the fruits of that labor. But, man, I'm dancing around like you are right now.
But also,
they're like they're my kids or something.
Let me say so. I think that everyone goes in knowing that your scholarship is for 1 year. Right. It's a 1-year renewable. Every player knows it. And if you came in as a scholarship guy, you understand your role on the team. Yeah. What do you want to do with this team? If you give up your scholarship and get another guy in that can help you win a national championship, will you sacrifice? And I think that's what it comes down to. And I think both of those guys are willing to do it. So I wish great things on them, but I'm going to have to say fiction. And I hate talking about stuff like this.
Yeah, and just think how tough it is for Coach Cal right now, weighing that out.
Very tough.
And of course, Rutgers is in some hot water after Mike Rice was pushing some players. Their coach, they fired their coach, fired the athletic director. This is probably a pretty easy one. Fact or fiction? We'll start with you, Leslie. They did the right thing by firing the coach and the athletic director.
Fact in all caps. Yeah. They should have done it a long time ago. Thank goodness for social media for actually making people aware and putting the heat back on the school. Definitely fact for both.
Yeah. Fact, fiction,
Fact. They needed to be fired. Should have done it a while ago, like Leslie said. I think they could have saved themselves some money for the school if they would have done it earlier. Yeah. So now they're just out of money. Now they're both fired. Everyone's just resigning. And it's an ugly situation. It should have been taken care of a long time ago. But I say definite fact.
And they're all, now it's like save your own tail. The athletic director today is saying like, well, I wanted to fire him, but couldn't do it. I mean, the fact that went on and it took this long for it to come out is embarrassing. I mean, for the whole school, terrible. I will say as a parent, now you guys don't have kids. I remember it would be like, yeah, they're tough coaches. And yeah, my coach is screaming at me. man, if anybody put their hands on my kid like that, I would be in that office pulling me off of them. Like,
I don't blame
I just
you.
don't understand how you bully a kid like that.
Yeah, it's a bullying. There was no way that was helping them. There's a thing where you get in someone's face and you get them motivated, but there's another thing when you're just pushing them, throwing balls at them.
Right.
Like
Then
a
you get all the other
dodgeball.
assistant coaches involved, and they're throwing balls at people. It's just a bad culture. They needed to be fired, and I'm actually really glad to see. I'm actually excited to see what happens next for that school.
Yeah.
See how they pick up.
Yeah,
So,
because a chance of, I mean, you think about Baylor. Baylor went through some horrible, horrible things. Worse than that, they bounced back
shout out
pretty
to
well.
the managers for videotaping it. How crazy is that? That was bold.
They'll never work again, right? I mean,
I don't think
seriously.
so, but that was bold. That
You
was
get
very
blackballed.
bold.
There's a great article in Sports Illustrated. We can't ramble too long on this, but if you look up about how assistant coaches take the fall, and there are a lot of guys in there and talk about blackball, and there's going to be some people that suffer, unfortunately, because of this for telling the truth. Now, Florida International is best known as the school that Isaiah Thomas was at, and then Rick Pitino leaving. They now have a new court to go with their probation. It looks like a beach. You can't tell. It's sand, some water, some palm trees at the bottom, a little panther coming out of the middle. Fact or fiction, Mark? This is awesome.
Fiction.
Fiction.
When I go to the beach, I like to relax. When you're on a court, you don't want to be relaxing. It breeds laziness. And also, when's the last time you saw a panther just working his way on a beach? Never.
You agree with old man Mark over here?
No, I love the beach. I think this is just to rub it into Richard Pitino's face that he's going to a very cold environment, and that's going to be completely different. They're like, we still got the beach down here. Good luck up
We're
there
gonna
in
lose,
Minnesota.
and then we got the beach to take care of
It's
it.
a happy place.
I want to say fact. I think it's awesome. I like the creativity, but my favorite part about it is, having lived in Florida for 6 years, I didn't see any beer bottles on that beach. You see that? There's no trash on that
It's a
beach.
private
That
beach.
is the only beach in Florida right now that is not littered with beer bottles, especially all the kids on spring break. If you're in spring break and you're somehow watching this KSTV, pick up your trash. Don't litter the beaches. I think it's awesome, though. I mean, maybe Kentucky could do something like that with some horses, like a bunch of horses racing in the background.
Well, that'd be cool.
You
But
on that?
horses, those are like
doesn't
athletic
breed laziness,
animals.
right?
They don't breed
So you
laziness.
sign off on
Horses
that.
are
What about
awesome.
the wildcat coming out at the horses, though? That's kind of scary.
Maybe 3D or something.
We're gonna pounce
Holograms.
on you, you know?
Holograms. I mean, we're just scratching the surface. We got a project we can send to Mitch
Where's the
Barnhart.
marketing department at?